Take a look at Butterick's 2024 summer collection. The first pattern that's on the cover of the lookbook is Butterick pattern 6993, which is a Mrs. dress. The description says it's a loose-fitting dress with a stand-up collar, front yoke with bands, tiered hem, and side pockets. View A has bias armhole facings, and View B has short set-in sleeves with ruffle and rick-rack trim, and it is rated as an easy sewing rate. So the model that's on the front of the catalog does have a really pretty dress on. So it's not a complete button-up dress. It has an opening in the top of the front area of the dress, and the tiered hems around the dress have trim that you can purchase, or you can customize it however you want. So it is really pretty how it came out. I think I like view A better, which is the view without sleeves. I don't really like the sleeves with the ruffled bell hem, and to me those are not really short. I guess they're short compared to a long sleeve, but they're kind of long to your elbow, and then it has the bell ruffle part, so I'm not really feeling that. Of course, you could probably shorten the sleeve if you want, but as is, I would probably go with view A, which is a sleeveless version, and I actually kind of like it. I like the length of view A. You can also probably lengthen it a little bit. I would want it a little bit lower than the knee, but overall I think it's a really pretty dress, and so I'm going to put that in my virtual cart. The next pattern is Butterick 7001, which is a Mrs. jacket, camisole, and pants. So it comes with 3 different pieces, a wardrobe pattern if you will. The description says it's a loose-fitting jacket with dropped shoulders, front, back, and sleeve bands, and a narrow hem. The camisole is bias cut, and it has all-in-one neck and armhole facings with bias straps. And the pants are fitted with a flat front, side front pockets, and elastic back. The sewing rating is easy. Taking a closer look at the models they have for the pattern, it's a nice ensemble piece. If you don't have any of these elements in your stash already, it would be nice because you get 3 different pieces in one. You can of course make either one you want. I do like the pants because they are straight leg, so the pants are really interesting to me. The camisole, not so much, but I can see if I had like a really nice print fabric, making a cute camisole out of that. The jacket is kind of like a kimono look to it. It's open cardigan, and it's a little long, so I'm not really interested in the cardigan aspect. The pants, however, I wish I could see more detail in the pants. The model's pants are dark, so you can't really see much detail, but I do like the pants, and I do like the camisole. So for that reason, I'm going to keep this one in my virtual cart. The next pattern is Butterick 6999. It is a loose-fitting, lined, tiered skirt with elastic waist casing, and you can add an optional trim along the tiers. The sewing rating is easy. This seems like a really simple make. It's basically a skirt with elastic around the waist, so if you're interested in having just like a simple skirt in your stash, a simple maxi skirt at that, this would be really cool to have. However, I feel like in my gut, I feel like this is something you can probably hack or learn to make on its own by either looking up YouTube channels or looking up tutorials on how to make like tiered skirts. So for that reason, I'm going to skip this pattern. The next pattern is Butterick 7000. It is a shorts or pants, semi-fitted through the hip with a wrap effect front, so it's not a true wrap, but it has a wrap effect, elastic waist casing, and concealed side slits. The sewing rating is easy. When I first saw this pattern, I noticed that this pattern looks a lot like some pants that I have already, and that the pants have a wrap effect, meaning that it looks like they wrap around your leg and it's open up the front of your leg or up the middle front of your leg. So when you walk, it kind of flows out and opens up. So knowing that I have pants like this already and I do not wear those pants, I already know that even though it might look nice, for me, I probably am not going to make or wear any pants like this. So for that reason, I'm going to skip this pattern. The next pattern is Butterick 6996. It is a Palmer plush knit top. The description says it's a loose top with a wide front crossover neckband, wide sleeve bands, and wide waistband. Views A and B have 3/4 sleeves, and view C has long sleeves. And the front seaming has inseam pockets. It is rated as an average sewing pattern. When I saw this pattern, I was wondering, guess what's the criteria for summer? I guess this could be like something you wear on a cool night, maybe. But given how these temperatures have been lately, I don't see that being necessarily something I need right now. It's really hot. But other than that, I like that this pattern has pockets. I really like view C, which is the long sleeve version. I also do like views A and B, which have the shorter sleeve because of the detail right on the sleeve, how it crosses over. I really like that. The only thing I don't like is the wide band at the bottom. I don't like it because having a short torso, I feel like those types of like sweaters don't work for me, especially if it's fitted. So if I got this one, I would probably make it oversized, at least around the hip, so it wouldn't like hug the hip area, because then it's just going to ride up. But other than that, I really like the sleeves and I like the inseam pockets. Having a plan to make it a little oversized in the hip area, I think I will keep this one in my virtual card. The next pattern is Butterick 6995. It is a Mrs. Top by Catherine Tilton. The description says it has a band collar with a front placket closure with offset buttons and a pointed hemline. View A has 3/4 sleeves and view B is sleeveless with inseam side pockets. It is rated average. Looking at this shirt, I am not feeling the pointed hemline in the front, so it kind of makes a V in the front, and then it's like it has a semi-high low effect, because in the back it's longer, but in the front it has a pointed effect, so you can see like the inside of the back even on the model. And that's not a silhouette that I'm interested in. I really don't like long shirts. If I do go long, it'll probably be more of a straight down effect than a flared out effect on the shirt. And so for that reason, I will be skipping this pattern. The next pattern is Butterick 6901. It is a woman's vest, pants, and shorts. So the description says it's fully lined, button front vest with back tie ends. Pants and shorts have pleat front, side pockets, and an invisible side zipper. The designer is Lisette, and it is rated as an average pattern. I am not a vest person, so I don't see myself wearing just a vest, just out here with a vest on, no shirt. I could possibly see myself in like the drawing model or the drawn model with the shirt underneath. But again, I don't see how that's a summer look. It's giving very much corporate. We're playing shuffleboard between business talks. And so I'm not about to be on the shuffleboard table or whatever it is. And so for that reason, I'm going to skip this pattern. The next pattern is Butterick 6997. It is a Mrs. and Woman's knit top. The description says it's a close-fitting knit top with a collar band, front button closure, shaped hem, and bust darts. You can have either cut-in sleeves or you can have set-in sleeves. And it is rated easy. Looking at this pattern, it's really similar to the other pattern, 6995, which had the pointed hem, except this one has kind of the opposite of the pointed hem. Instead of pointing down in the middle, it's higher in the middle and then pointing down on the sides. So it's just one pattern, a variation of the other one. And my thoughts on that have not changed, so I will be skipping that pattern. The next pattern is Butterick 7002. It is a Mrs. and Woman's top, skirt, and pants. So you get 3 pieces in one pattern. The description says it's a semi-fitted top with puff sleeves, bust darts, neck facings, a back slit opening with hook and eye closure, and a narrow hem. The skirt is semi-fitted with a waistband, waist darts, large patch pockets on the side, and the tapered pants have a waistband, side front pockets, and a mock fly front zipper. The sewing rating is easy. So this is a nice pattern that's rated easy, which is nice. It's not something I would be going for. I don't like exaggerated sleeves that much, so the shirt is not appealing to me. Plus, I don't like the neckline. It's a little high for me. And then the skirt with the patch pocket, I feel, is not super cute. Maybe if you had a contrasting pocket, that might be an interesting detail. But the monochrome look that the model is giving is not really interesting to me. The pants being a little tapered, again, I'm not seeing anything of really interest or detail that I can't find in some other pattern. So for that reason, I'm skipping 7002. Let's talk about Butterick pattern 6998, which is a Mrs. Shorts and Pants. The description says it's a shorts or pants, semi-fitted through the hip, sits 1 inch below waist, has a partial elastic waist, fly front zipper with button closure, side front pockets with flaps, and stitched hems. The sewing rating is average. The pants are pretty much straight leg. I do like the fact that it has the elastic at the sides of the pants, and it also has the front fly zip closure, and I like the pockets. And I also like the seam down the middle of the leg. So I don't think I have a pants like this. Like, I feel like this could be a super cute mate. Not the shorts, not necessarily the shorts, although with a nice print, I can see that being a thing. But the pants itself, I really like that. I like that it can be kind of flexible because of the elastic waist, and it's not as fixed as a regular waistband. So I like that aspect of it. And so I think I'm going to keep this one. Let's talk about Butterick pattern 6994, which is a Mrs. dress in 2 lengths. It's a loose fitting dress with a back yoke, back pleat, collar, invisible front zipper, front neck facings, bias tape armhole facings, and side front pockets. I'm noticing pretty much every Butterick pattern that I've looked at has pockets. So kudos to Butterick coming through with the pocket option. We love it. The sewing rating is average. This dress is a pretty simple shape. It's kind of, like I said, loose fitting, falls straight from the shoulders down. Not really feeling the shorter length, but I do like the longer length. I like the maxi length. I don't think I have a pattern like this because this has a collar, sleeveless, pockets, and it's maxi length, and it's kind of loose all the way down. So a nice flowy fabric like a rayon, I think would be super, super, super cute. Really, really cute. So Butterick is coming through. Butterick is coming through. So I'm going to keep this pattern. The next few patterns are patterns for children. Let's talk about Butterick 7003. Which is a toddler's dress and panties. This dress, now when you talk about a sailor's style, this is what I want to see. Just the coloring of this dress that they have the model on, just so precious. They have the white with the blue trim, and I really love the back detail, which is kind of a crossover back. Now I'll have to check my stash because I think I have something where it's kind of cross without the buttons, but I do not have something with that the model with the white and blue with the button closure has. So super cute. The only problem is this is a toddler's dress. I mean, I guess I could try to size it up or just make it and it can be like a shirt or something, but I might have to skip 7003 just because we're sizing out of that size range. So let's look at 7004 since that is the larger size range in terms of children going all the way up to size 8. It is a dress, top, shorts, and pants, so you can have different options with that. The description says has pretty ruffles in the bodice seams of the dress and top, button back closure. Shorts and pants have side pockets and elastic waistbands. The sewing rating is an average. So basically you have elastic waistband pants and shorts options that also have pockets. And then the main attraction is this ruffle along the sides of the shirt. I like the button back and I like the shirt option. Like, I think the shirt with the little ruffle at the bottom, so cute. So absolutely, this one's going to go in my virtual cart. And then Butterick 6906 is a toddler's dress. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to skip this one because the size ranges are just not going to work for me. Let's talk about pattern 6989, which is a 1950s retro pattern. Mrs. Play suit, blouse, and skirt. The description says it's a 1950s play suit, blouse and skirt pattern. Bare-shouldered play suit has a round neckline, no waist seam, buttons circling hip line, and little boy shorts. A boxy over blouse with stand-up collar. Below elbow sleeves button onto play suit. A full skirt does the same. Collar matches skirt. Authentic vintage reproduction includes additional sizes and cutting layouts. The sewing rating is average. I feel like the problem with some of the vintage reproduction patterns that I've seen is that the drawings show one thing, and then when you make it, it may not look like that. I don't know if it's because the drawings are just exaggerated, or maybe we're just not shaped like that anymore, but I guess if it doesn't fit like that on you, you'll probably have to do some fitting or sizing or whatever you have to do to make it look like the model. But the model looks very cute. I love the little play suit. I like the full skirt as well. However, I don't trust it. Maybe I just need to try another one, because remember that Jiffy dress that I tried? That was a vintage reproduction and it didn't look like the drawing. So now I'm wary of all vintage reproduction. So for that reason, I'm just going to skip it. Just to save the heartache for me. And with that, that is the Butterick Summer 2024 catalog. Wrapping up my review of the Butterick Summer 2024 catalog, I will say that I liked a lot of the options in this catalog. I also like the fact that most of the patterns featured, be it a shirt, a skirt, a dress, pants, whatever, for misses, most of them had pockets, either inseam pockets or patch pockets. So I really like that aspect of this catalog. But having said that, I have chosen 6 patterns that I would potentially, hypothetically, theoretically, one day buy. And that is Butterick pattern 6996, which is the 3-tiered dress with the option to put the trim around each of the tiers. Also Butterick pattern 7001, which is the wardrobe pattern that has the jacket, the camisole, and the pants. Butterick pattern 6996, which is the knit top by Palmer Plush that has the crossover neckband and the interesting detail on the sleeve hem. Butterick pattern 6998, which is the shorts and pants that are straight leg, semi-fitted, and sits 1 inch below the waist. Butterick pattern 6994, the missus dress in 2 lengths, which is kind of a loose fitting and falls straight down from the shoulder all the way down to the floor. And finally, Butterick pattern 7004, which is a children's dress, top, shorts, and pants pattern, which have the ruffles around the bodice. So let me know in the comments, have you been checking out the Butterick 2024 summer collection? And let me know if you've tried any of the patterns. Thanks for watching.